us. I see.
Oh, no, we're not
Anyway.
taking pictures. We're actually filming. Hello. So
Hi.
this is going to be our refresher. So we start releasing the pelvis, pubic bone, move up to opening the diaphragm, release the thoracic area, come down, myofascial release above the joint, myofascial release below the joint. Then we allow our hands to sink in and traction. Myofascial above the joint, myofascial below the joint, sink into the fascia, traction. Fascia release, traction. We're going to repeat the Keiki release on the other. We can come off of the pelvic release, slide over to where we're just above the hip bone. All right, so I'm releasing the fascia, and the idea is as I release the fascia here, the leg starts to slide out. And then I'm going to release the fascia here so there's more space around the joint, and then by sinking my hands in the fascia above and below the joint, traction. Same thing, come down above the knee. Now remember, if I get too close to the knee, it's not going to release. If I'm too far away from the knee, it's not going to release. I need to get that sweet spot just above it. The whole idea is to release this fascia so that the knee can drop. Coming down below the knee, we release the fascia, and then one hand is above, one hand is below. It doesn't matter if my hands are on the front, on the back, if they're both on the back, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter which hand's on top, which hand's on the bottom. But the idea is sinking into the fascia and then traction. And remember this very subtle traction. Same thing above the ankle, below the ankle, traction. At that point, I'm coming in between the legs where he's sitting on my hand and have a sacral release. We're going to turn you around for a second. So one hand between the legs is right here on the sacrum. You can really feel them sitting in your hand. The other hand will be directly above it. And then I'm going to gap the sacrum by releasing this way. Now that sacrum's going to do a little dance in your hand. So when you feel it moving around, you just go with it. Just let your hand move with it. At this point, we would take the pillow off. And when we take the pillow off, our hands go into a vault hold, which is just hands like this. His head is in my hand. If I've been successful releasing everything else in the body, the head will move immediately. If I'm halfway through the body and the client starts doing this, or my head hurts, my neck hurts a little bit, stop wherever you are, take the pillow off, and go ahead and do that vault hold to release the neck. And as soon as you do it, they'll immediately go, oh yeah, that's better. Sometimes the body just gets a little bit ahead of you. So we have the vault hold. We're going to sink the hands in, spread the occiput, and then put the hands back together and put our hands underneath the occiput. At that point, I'm going to put this part of my foot right against the top of the sacrum here. Up, don't move. All right, so here we go. Have that foot there, and I'm doing an inferior pushing this way towards his feet. At the same time, my fingers are under the occiput, and I'm pulling superior. So I have a traction that's going like this. Foot down, hand up. Nice, that's full spinal decompression. At that point, my fingers are still directly underneath this occiput. All I have to do is drop my foot, and then I look behind me, make sure no one's there, and run as fast as I can, and we will be there, the dolphins say. Then we're going to put the pillow back on and do a Sutherland's grip. We're going to have you sit down for a second. Sutherland's grip, my hand is cupping the back of the head, and the other hand is on the front of the head. And as my fingers slide into the frontal bone and connect, then I will lift. But remember, I'm going to lift so that the bone moves with me. parietals go this way. I'm going to release them up and out. And then with the nose, the one hand goes here. At this point, again, everything in the head has moved enough that I should feel the nose start to lift. This is going to affect the frontal bone, the zygoma, the maxilla, and the nasal bones. So once it lifts, then I'm going to come back again and do another frontal lift. And then to release jaw, come in, do a little bit of compression, and then the release out this way. So just gently touching and suggesting movement this way. We'll come back together. That is pass 1. When we come back on pass 2, we're going to repeat everything that we just did, but we're going to add a hyoid release. Stand up for me again. A whale rock, where on the whale rock, remember we've got the hip bone here, and we have the ribs here, and we're fortunate we have a lot of space in between. So we're going to hold on, and then then I'm going to pull him this way. Oh yeah, open that hip really great. Pull him again. And when I'm doing this, I take a hold, I have one foot behind me, and I pull back into that foot. And then I step here, and I pull back into that foot. All right, now after, turn around. You're doing great. After we've done the whale rock to the side, and the whale rock to the side twice, I'm going to place the palm of my hand directly on the spine in between the shoulder blades. Do a very light pumping. And if they're loose enough, then we can pump them really nice and really open them up. If there happens to be a wave coming underneath, we're going to do pump, pump, lift up on the wave, drop my hand, and let the body move with the wave. Now I'm going to walk around the bottom. He'll be in the water, of course. Take his legs, switch them from side to side to open the hips more, which places me on the other side. I'll take a hold. I'm going to be underneath, and remember we're below the hip bone, below the ribs. If I'm on the hip bone, I do this, I'm going to contract the hips. So I want to be in between, sweet spot, and again pull, pull. This is a gross move, and then open, open, pumping, pumping. All right, good. At this point, well, we won't go into any more on film. Thank you very much.